This War of Mine was a game I loved playing when it came out 2 years ago. The dramatic and crude story of Grozny's civil war was capable of leaving us suffering for almost every character. When I had the opportunity to review the new DLC, The Last Broadcast, I did not hesitate. There is an attempt here to introduce new ways of thinking the game and a certain smoothness of the storyline. However, in essence, it maintains its good quality. The overall mechanics of the game have not changed much. It remains a point and click with a gigantic emphasis on story and the quest for items to help us survive. Graphically, it keeps the 2D style in a permanently dark tone, focused on the destruction caused by the war, a very detailed foreground and as a background a more generic image. Everything comes together quite well. Judging the sound quality, everything remains minimal but well achieved. The music has already become emblematic for me, and it already triggers that Pavlovian reflex of suffering when I hear it. Speaking more about this DLC, in the last broadcast we have access to two characters, Esma and Malik, who after seeing their home destroyed moved to the radio station where the second one worked as a broadcaster before the war started. The difference of this game is that only one of them can contribute to the collection of items, since Malik has a physical disability and can only perform actions that do not involve going up or down the stairs. He is always stuck on the same floor. We have to be smart in allocating new items and in managing Esma rest time. The first time I've played, I did not consider this hypothesis very well, but in the second one I've already thought about new ways to maximize Malik's contribution to the game. In addition to searching and collecting items, Esma also has to look for news that may be broadcasted on the radio station. Here begins the first decision-making process. You can choose to tell the truth about what is going on in the world or lie by giving the wrong idea of the war. To be honest, in addition to getting the multiple endings, I did not see much of an incentive to omit information, although I understood the concept and why they just put it out there. Vendors who occasionally show up can also be sources of information, whether for broadcast on the radio or insider information on which items will be more or less valuable to trade. In addition to the base story, the characters and NPCs are going to make comments that let us know more about the story and start to anticipate that something can happen with new characters, such as the son of Malik and Esma who appears mentioned. In this game, nothing happens by chance. In a way, the base game was easier to play. This one involves a lot more gymnastics to complete. However, I think it's a much more linear DLC. I find the story lighter and less heavy-walled somewhat. The horrors of the war are less noticeable in the new places we explore. I think everything is emptier, and with the good-evil dyad much less pronounced. I did not felt the weight of a decision so much now. In a nutshell, the last broadcast is an attempt to introduce new mechanics into this game, and considering this, it's a success. What I think is that no one had asked for these new mechanics, especially if they knew that this would entail a significant cut in the emotions that the game conveys to us. I cannot help but to notice that this is essentially a matter of preference, because whoever buys this expansion will thoroughly recognize that he's playing this war of mine. See you next time, guys. Bye!